1. What's happening, everyone? Happy Monday. Ooh, it has been a crazy day. We're going to talk about it. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Let me know in the comments what you're doing, how your day's been going. I know it's been pretty crazy for a lot of people. Hopefully you can hear me okay. You can see background, it's blah, but we're going to talk about that. If this is your first time joining, welcome. On this show, we talk about business, tech, and the user experience. We talk all about that stuff Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Ed Talk TV. Be sure to let me know where you're tuning in from, how you found us. Even if you're watching the replay, be sure to let us know, and we're going to talk about the reason why here in a few minutes, because it's going to blow your mind. I tell this to you guys all the time, but I have a real life example to share with you. So be sure to let me know. By the way, I'm going to be looking down a lot at my computer here because of my setup. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So when you see me looking down, that's because I'm trying to look at your comments and be able to put them on the screen if you're live. So Monday, it's a crazy day, right? It's, at least for me. You can raise your hand, do an emoji in the comments, let me know. But hey, Vicki, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I kind of have an echo in here, but I have to also keep it down because we're at the library today. So here's the thing, you guys. Today we're going to talk about being comfortable with the uncomfortable and what we're going to don't make too much noise and get thrown out. I know. I actually asked where I should be, so I'm in the right spot, Vicki. Hey, Paula, welcome. So here's the thing, you guys. Great weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And before we jump into random news and then today's content, I want to share this little story that ties in. So great weekend, right? And I'm not where I normally am, which is at my office. So I am traveling, and the internet decided this morning that it didn't want to work where I'm at. And where I'm at, the cell phone reception is like 1 bar on 4G, which is not very much to do anything. Thankfully, I can text, check my email slowly, and check Facebook a little bit. Hey, Whitney, welcome. So I was like, okay, fingers crossed, the internet will come back today, right? Like, fingers crossed, because I couldn't find the router. I'm looking for, for those who don't know, a router is this little box that the internet is basically a part of. And yeah, Vicki, right? 4G is bad. And so we had, I couldn't find the router. It says I have full signal, but I didn't have any connection, so I had to go off of the Wi-Fi. Long story short, it came close to showtime, and I was like, okay, Starbucks, you're close by, we're going to do that. And then I realized that there's a library close by, which is only a 10-minute drive. So I was like, boom, we're going to the library, because I can sit there, I can do some work, and it'd be more of a better environment, I should say, than Starbucks, right, to do the show. Thankfully, right now I have the whole room to ourselves, so it's just us hanging out. I can't guarantee that that's going to happen for the whole time, but we'll see. So we're going to talk. The reason I gave you all that info is because we're going to talk about being comfortable with the uncomfortable here in just a minute. But first, let's talk about random news. Be sure to jump into the comments, and then we'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. But let me go ahead and show you, hopefully. I don't think you'll be able to see this. So I'm going to put the link actually in the comments here. Have any of you guys seen or heard of this RoboKiller app? It's an app that allows you to stop those robocalls. Now, I know we have a lot of UK viewers, so I'm not sure if UK viewers, you call them robocalls. I'm sure that you still get them. Basically, they're the spammy calls, the calls that you get from telemarketers and robots, basically, that are trying to get you to answer the phone. They're annoying. If you do not get them, you're lucky. They're very annoying. How many of you, even if you're watching the replay, can agree that they are the most annoying thing? Which is also why, let me ask you, even if you're watching the replay, answer this question. Do you answer numbers that you don't know on your phone, especially your cell phone? Do you answer numbers that you don't recognize? Spam callers, yes, ignore them all the time. Exactly, Vicki, right? That's exactly right. So when it comes to those spam calls, like, here's the deal, you guys. Number one, For my personal phone, I don't answer it unless I know who's calling. So if you call me from a number that's not yours, well, guess what? You're going to have to leave a message, because if you want me to call you back, that's the only way I'm going to call you back. If you don't leave a message and I don't recognize the number, I'm not wasting my time. Like, obviously you didn't need me, right? For business, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, the business line, I know if you need something, you're either going to email me, because that's my preferred mode of contact, or you're going to leave a message, which means you want me to call you back, right? So I don't know if that's how you handle your phone calls, but that's pretty much how I do mine. I'm looking at the comments here. They even had the nerve to stay, on the no caller ID. Yeah, and the hard part is, hey, Mindy, welcome. We're just talking about the new app that is getting some news and attention. I just dropped it in the comments. I'll do it again here, called RoboKiller. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks interesting and promising for being able to clear those spam bots from calling you. So if you get a ton, it may be worth, I think it's like $25 a year, it said. I'm still looking at it, but it was interesting. So I'm just looking, nope, I don't know the number, and I don't answer. Exactly, Whitney, yeah. Especially these days, it's like, if you need to get a hold of somebody, you know how to get a hold of them, right? Like, you're either going to text them or call them, but leave a message if they don't answer. Like, because, you could lose your phone or something, and I get it, but leave me a message saying, hey, it's so-and-so calling, just so you know, from this number, call me back, because I screen the calls. Like, that's just how it goes. Yep, perfect, good. Yeah, because you guys, it's not worth our time, right? And why call somebody back if you don't know them and they didn't leave a message? Like, that's just wasting your time. Right, Mindy? Yeah, you need this. I know. Leave a message, people, please. Yep, and don't leave a message. I know. If you don't leave a message, I don't call you back. Actually, I think on my personal line, I updated my message, and one of my friends finally left a message, and she's like, dude, Ed, you got to change your voicemail. That's a little too much information. I was like, hey, at least I'm informing you and letting you know, like, if you don't leave a message, I'm not calling you back. So it is what it is, and it's not my business line, so it doesn't matter. So that's part of your random news. Now let's talk about being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Now, actually, I'm gonna hold out for that one for a minute, because I want to talk about the commenting. So over the weekend, I had 2 amazing messages come in. Now, I get these all the time, but I wanted to share these 2 with you. For the reason being is because I want you to understand the magic of the comments. Remember, I tell you all the time, the magic happens in the comments. And even if you're watching the replay, you need to comment. It's not to increase the reach of this post. It's not to try to help my page. It's to help you. It help you get noticed. And the reason why is because even if you just say hello, now I'm going to give you a real life example here in just a second, but even if you just say hello to somebody in the comments, you will be amazed at what happens next, what can happen next. And that's why I always encourage you, whether you're on my show or watching someone else's or even reading a post or whatever, like comment, even if it's just to say hello. The more insight and the deeper you go with your comment, of course, the better. But even just saying hello to somebody like you guys do here in the comments is amazing. And I will tell you that one of the examples that directly, it's just like, boom. Like, I got this weekend, and I was just like, yes, this is what it's about. So one of our viewers messaged me and wanted to let me know that, hey, Ed, just want to let you know that when I was in the comments, I said hello to somebody, and they actually reached out to me, private messaged me, and they reached out to her in the comments, and then they private messaged her to find out more about what she does and how hey, Cammie, welcome. You guys, if you're local, check out Cammie. She's awesome. We're actually working together on the human race, Sonoma County human race. So it's going to be awesome. Be sure to tune in for that. There'll be some links and things like that, but definitely check out Cammie and the Volunteer Center of Sonoma County, because they're awesome. So there's a huge shout out for you guys. So when it comes to commenting, just like Cammie did right there, saying, hey, right? Like, boom, right away, you can possibly get your comment right on a live broadcast. But then it goes past that, right? Like I just introduced Cammie to you guys, so you guys might want to know. Even if you're not local, you might still want to check out what she's involved with, because she's involved with the Sonoma County human race, but also the Sonoma County Volunteer Center, which is huge, right? And so even if you're into volunteering or were thinking about it, you could then go take a look at their website to see what kind of offerings they have, even if they're not in your area, just to kind of understand and then maybe get connected with somebody else. That's kind of a side thing, but it all ties into this, right? Like with the person that reached out to me over the weekend, I'm just holding their name back because I don't know if they really want me to say it. Not that it's bad, but my viewer reached out over the weekend, told me that she said hello to somebody here in the comments, just like you guys do all the time. And then she told me that they reached out to her privately to find out more about her business. They realized that they have a common interest, and now they're going to be working together and being on each other's Facebook Live show. Bam! You guys, that came from one hello in the comments here on the show. One hello, that's it. Like, that's it. Hey, Mickey, welcome. So we were just talking about how a viewer had tuned in and shared some information with me over the weekend about how they said hello in the comments, and it sparked a conversation that now led to them being connected with another viewer and being with each other. It's awesome. Hey, Erin, welcome. Yes, no problem. You're just on the right time. So that's what I'm talking about, you guys. The magic happens in the comments, and that's why you have to be uncomfortable with the comfortable. Comfortable with the uncomfortable. Backwards. You know, we're going to talk about my situation here today and kind of how you can go about things like that too. And the reason why I put the title and question mark, we're going to talk about that in a second. But I want you to understand, like, what you're doing right now in the comments is amazing. And that's how you're going to get noticed. That's how you're going to build your community, your tribe, your following. That's how you're going to build your know, like, and trust factor, right? That's also how you are going to be able to cross-promote with people. Like, you know, you can become a guest here on the show. If you didn't, now you do, right? There's a pinned comment that has the link, which is edtalktv.com. You can find out about the show, and then you can fill out the guest request form. Then you can come on here and share your knowledge and be able to connect with me and my audience, right? Like, that's how we do it. It's teamwork equals success. And you've seen that time and time again. If you're new around here, please be sure to say hello in the comments and watch some of the replays. They're on the Facebook page as well as EdTalk TV. What we're doing today, see, I'm doing a lot today. I hate that, but you know what? You just keep rolling with it. So what happened today and where we're at is that the location is different because where I'm normally at, the internet wasn't working. And so I wasn't able to connect with my phone because it had one bar for 4G, which is not enough for the show. So I drove 10 minutes, thankfully only 10 minutes, not 45, 10 minutes to the local library, which has a space, which currently is all to us right now. And then we have the, hey, is creative. Yes, look at that. Love that. Comment as your page. I love that. You guys right there. She figured out how to comment with her page. That's another way to get noticed and expand. And then Erin actually has a page too. And Erin, I'm just going to use it as an example. Hopefully that's okay. But she was asking me about her page and how it doesn't have her name in it. And she was wondering if she should change her page name or what kind of tricks she could do to go about it. And I just simply said, instead of going through the name change, because, you know, there are pages that you are going to have just as your business name, just put a dash your name. So like right here, if I had my business page, let's say my business page commented, right? Then I would just put dash ed. So you're going to see just dash ed right there, right? Thanks, Mickey. I appreciate it. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get on here. I'm still not commenting yet. It's okay, Erin. It's okay. That's totally fine. I just wanted to use you as an example to share with people that experience. And so what happens is, you know, and by the way, Erin's funny because we were talking about this earlier too, is that she had commented on, I think it was Friday's episode, because if you guys missed Friday's episode, you're definitely going to watch that, want to watch that. It's episode 40, I think, because this one's 41. And it was all about online course creation and how you can basically build a course easily using my other business, stupideasy.com, or just using the resources there to build elsewhere. I don't care. I just wanted to show you the experience and help you with that because that kept coming up. So we were talking, Erin and I were talking about that and how she commented on there saying, I missing an episode of Ed Talk TV when you think, I'm going to mess it all up here, but anyway, it was basically, she was saying like, when you think an episode doesn't apply to you and realize that they all do, because we just cover so much in these episodes. So that's why I love that when you guys comment and you share, because sometimes you miss the notification, or sometimes you're just so busy you can't tune in live, so you got to join the replay. And even if you're watching the replay, you got to comment, because that is what it's all about. They changed the name. Yeah, so that's fine. You can always change the name. Mindy, thank you. See, and that helps the host, the person going live, right, know that when you're commenting as your page, if you put dash your name, that helps, because then we can call you out and be like, thanks, Mindy, where we're not sure, with the page who's commenting. So just keep that in mind. So I had a conversation with a colleague this morning about offerings and online course. Oh, perfect. So that's why the comment. Perfect. See, you guys, this is where the resources come, like this is, to break it down for those who are new as well. If you don't realize, like, this show is basically like blogging for somebody else, right? Like, I used to blog a lot, just typing and writing and doing all that stuff. I don't do that much anymore at all, really. I do this, and then I put this on my blog. This is my free content, right? This is what helps you get going. This is what helps you understand who I am, how I deliver, what I can do for you. Then the next step is looking into one of my services, right? Whether it's web design, whether it's tech support, whether it's marketing support, or just part of the new Check with Ed monthly that you see there in the comments. Like, whatever it is, that's how it works, right? And so whenever you're building your business, that's what you want to look at. That's what you need to figure out is, what is your free content, blog posts, Facebook posts, podcast episodes, whatever. What's that free content that people can get introduced to you that's going to lead them to somewhere else? So that's what you got to go with, and that's why I share it with you. Yes, perfect, Carla. Love it. I'm going to pop that on the comments. I've been wondering if commenting as your page on other pages is the same industry is considered poor Facebook etiquette. No, I don't think so, Erin. That's a great question. You guys can let us know what your thoughts are on that. I will say that if you are commenting and trying to directly sell, then yes, that would be poor etiquette. But knowing you and knowing this audience, that's not what you guys are going to do. You're going to show up and provide value all the time, right? Like, that's what you do here, and that's what you're going to do elsewhere. So as long as you're providing value and providing that insight and providing what you know and just being open, it's no problem, It's free content. Yes, exactly, Mickey. I love it. And if you guys didn't know, official hashtag is hashtag EdTalkTV. So you can always take a quote and post that somewhere. So I'm like, bloop, 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 right? But it's all good. It's Monday. I finally got out of the house and I'm able to hang out with you guys for a little bit and then hopefully get some work done before I have to head back and be disconnected again. So the reason I chose today's title, can anybody guess? Let me ask you, can anybody guess why I put and question mark and then put in, you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable? Can anybody guess what that's standing for there? And I'll give you a hint. It's based off of what we've talked about today. And it's also based off of what I've been seeing and hearing all week from somebody else, actually. So it's very interesting. Don't post links or try to sell unless the page asks you to. Yes, exactly, Mickey. That's going back to that question, you guys. Even if you're watching the replay, Mickey's answering that. Don't post any links to try to sell unless the page asks you to. But yes, engagement on the same industry page is accepted. Here's the thing, too, by the way, guys. I will tell you right now. Jess, we're going to talk about that in a second. So here's the thing. I'm gonna own up to this because I felt bad, and I'm going to tell you that we all do these little slip ups, these, I don't like to call them mistakes, teachings, right? So if you didn't know, I follow Mari Smith quite a bit, and she's amazing. If you're not following her, you got to go follow her. She's all about Facebook. She's like the Facebook expert. And I feel like, have a great relationship because we're always commenting and talking to each other on her lives, and I'm providing value to the audience. But I did make a mistake on Friday. I was engaging with someone on the comments, and we were talking about, you know how on here we discovered that on EdTalk TV, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, that when you go on a phone and you look at my page, my header of video gets replaced with the live. So I was trying to explain that in the comments to Mari and to the audience, but it was very hard to explain that, because everything goes so fast and everything. And one person was really interested. And so, of course, me being resourceful, I made a good comment, and I said, Mari, I hope this is okay. And I added a direct link to that video for viewing later. And I was just in that mode of being helpful, right? And then after I posted that, I felt like, oh, maybe that's not a good idea, because that was a link somewhere else while she's live. That's probably not okay. And so I took it down. But before I took it down, I actually had somebody say, get lost, Ed, which actually, it's kind of funny because so you have to remember this. Here's a teaching for you guys, which you probably already know this, but here's the best practice for you. When you run into a situation like this, from both sides, right? The person that wrote Get Lost Ed and me, it's better to say nothing. Like, don't say anything at all. Because here's the thing. So I didn't respond to that because I'm not going to engage with that. But the other thing is, the person that wrote that makes them look bad. And they have a business. You guys got to remember, even if you're commenting as your personal Facebook page or personal Facebook profile, it's easy to just click on your profile, see that you work so-and-so, or see you're about, and then realize that they have a business. And so, to me, I just laugh and I'm like, well, it doesn't say very much about you. Like, if you're going to have a comment like that, especially when, you guys know me who have been around here, I'm not trying to spam people. I'm not trying to, get a quick sale from Mari's audience. Like, that's not me. I was in the mode of helping, and I wanted to make sure that I provided an example so that people could understand what I was talking about, not realizing at the moment that it was not at the right spot, right? So I took it down, and that was fine, but I chose not to engage with that person, and hopefully that person realizes that makes them look bad, not only to me, but to everyone commenting and watching that video. And let's face it, to the host too, right? The host is going to be like, why would you say that to Ed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so understand that you have to be careful with what you post. And I'm sure you guys realize that, but I just wanted to show you. Yeah, right, Mindy? Wow. It's a trip. Yeah. Vicki, yep, but don't respond is the best response. Exactly, Vicki, exactly. So that's just another example of, you guys, even if you're commenting about with your personal profile, you need to realize that you're a click away from your business. Your business is tied to you, no matter what. So keep it professional. And if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything. Or restructure it so that you can understand it a little better, and kind of follow through with the comments. So anyway, there's that. So let's talk about, I'm going to bring it back to Jess. She answered it up here, if I can find it. Man, you guys have been commenting. This is awesome. There we go. So the reason I put the title and question mark, and let's see, I can't make this bigger. Okay, is from Gary V. Jess nailed it right there, Gary V. So how many of you guys follow Gary V, are Gary V fans? I'm just curious. Even if you're watching the replay, I'm just curious. I will say that I have started to follow him a lot more lately. I'm not tuning in every 5 seconds, but I'm seeing him more in my newsfeed because obviously Facebook knows now that I like his page and that I'm part of his fan club, and so now it's starting to show me more things from Gary. And when things call to me nonstop, like last week we did the episode on online courses because I saw so many people last week all over Facebook talking about course creation and struggling and just trying to find a better way. So that's why we talked about it. So for today, I decided to do the and question mark because I noticed in the last several days that kept coming up from Gary, but also it ties into situations of being comfortable with the uncomfortable. So what that means is that he's basically breaking it down for us, right? Like there are no excuses for not being able to show up and deliver and engage, right? Like those are my three things: show up, deliver, and engage. So that's what I want you to do as the viewer, as my audience member, as my why notters. I want you to be here, present, and engage, and be able to share with each other. I'm just checking the comments. Perfect. Okay, business. I need a list of people you follow. There you go, Whitney. See, now you guys got your page game on point. I love it. You guys are doing it. This is all about learning and implementing, and you guys do it so quickly now. It's crazy. You guys do it during the show. It's awesome. So this whole thing about and question mark, it basically is talking about how no matter what your excuse is, you still have to do it. Like he keeps saying, and you don't have internet connection, and you don't have a computer, and you don't have a ring light, and you guys, I'm at the library if you're just tuning in because I don't have internet connection at the location I was at. Here's how dark it looks without the light on my webcam. Watch. Still not bad, right? Because they have some overhead lights here. Maybe this is even better. I don't even know. I can't tell because I'm kind of blinded by the lights. But that's with the light. Now here's the thing. As a backup, I have this solar power charger, and it has 2 flashlights that I was bouncing off the wall. You can actually see it in my Facebook story. I even had the phone ready to go. I was like, listen, if I can't get this computer system set up, we're going with the phone, and I'll just do it in the car. I don't even care. I just won't be able to put your comments on the screen, right? So to overcome obstacles or something. Yes, Erin, I know I expect a lot. That is the story of my life. I have high expectations. That's the story of my life. But it's all for working with us. And there's certain situations, you guys, like I'll be honest, if I was traveling and was in another country and I couldn't get internet, I would just let you guys know, hey, there's no Ed Talk TV. Like we're going to be on vacation. There's going to be times where I'll have to do that. I'll have to say, FYI, there's no show today or this week because of X, Y, Z. I try to prevent that as much as possible, hence why I drove 10 plus minutes to get to a location where I could actually connect with you guys for this time. But you have to understand, like, you want to ask yourself or question yourself. And, like, when you think you don't have time, say, and what am I going to do about it? Right? We talked about that last week. Like, what are you going to do about making time for something? Like, if you really want to show up and do a live broadcast, you'll make it happen. You'll have to figure it out. It may be when you're on your 15-minute break at your 9 to 5, and you can only spend 5 minutes while you run outside, do it real quick, and then hit the bathroom, and then grab a snack at the, what do they even call it? It's been so long, I don't even know what they call it. Break room. That's bad. That's really bad. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you work with it and you make it happen. Tying that in, I have to give another real life example of another message I got this weekend from one of our viewers who, it's amazing, you guys. I know you guys show up. I know you deliver and you engage with each other. Even if you're watching the replay and you're not commenting yet, I still see you. I know you're out there. And so I had this viewer tune in and share with me that even though we don't talk all the time, she still watches my lives. She still watches what I'm doing. And she's so inspired by my business and what I've done and what I'm doing that it keeps her going. It motivated her to pivot in her business and to really push herself. And now she's even going to do a 30-day challenge to get herself on Facebook Live again, because she knows that's where she needs to be. That's where she needs to talk to her people, understand her target audience, and really help her build her business, right? So that's what I'm saying is you guys have to you have to watch, you have to ask, you have to listen, and you have to engage, which is what you're doing here in there. Yes, Whitney, vending machines, there you go. We used to actually have one in our break room back at the 9 to 5. We had a, quote, healthy vending machine. It was expensive though. But I guess anytime you put healthy on something, price always goes up, right? Maybe I should start calling my kitchen the break room. There you go. Mindy, that's what we'll do. Everyone right now who's an entrepreneur working from home, raise your hand and let us know that you are going to call your kitchen your break room. If you have your own side room somewhere, invite us over. Let's all go to your house and hang out there. Hey, Anna, welcome. So that's what I want you guys to understand is I know that even if you're not commenting, but you just tune in, even if it's for a few minutes, that's okay. I know that I have a lot of secret followers, and I want you, my viewers, to know that you have secret followers too. We all do. And they're not going to tell you every time that you are doing the thing that inspires them, because they're absorbing. They're taking it in. They're grateful for you to show up. They're grateful for you to deliver, and they're going to run with it. They will let you know at some point, at some time, it's kind of the same, but whatever, that it's because of you. It's because you've taken that and implemented it, right? And so that's what I want you to know. There we go. I want you guys to know, that's your job. Your only job is to show up and deliver and engage. That's it. That's all you have to do. And I know it's hard. I know we have lives. We have kids. We have obligations and everything. But when we look at our priorities and we look at the time that we spend Facebook scrolling, Instagram posting, whatever, we can break it down. Whether that means you have to do it while you're walking to the bathroom, at your 9 to 5, at your house, whether you have to do it while you're changing the baby, and you can put up, the webcam a little higher so, everything down below is okay. Make it, improvise. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Now, I'm telling you this because I have to tell myself this. I can do this right here, no problem, right? It took time. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of practice, and I just roll with it. And it is what it is, But I will be honest that when it comes to real life and going somewhere, like to a restaurant or trying to meet new people just in public, it's very uncomfortable for me. Unless I know the situation, unless I know someone's going to be there, unless, there's just something. And here's an example, real life example. So Sunday, I decided I had to get out of the house. I said, Ed, you have to go downtown, and because I'm traveling, right? So I was like, I have to go downtown, and I just have to go somewhere and have breakfast. That's it. That's all I have to do. I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and we're just going to do the dang thing and see what happens, right? And so you need to keep on. Yep. And so I went to this awesome breakfast little spot. It was super cool. They had nice seating outside in the front that faced the plaza. They had, you walk inside and you order, and then they bring it out to you. They had a huge patio in the back. Where I really wanted to sit was in the front, so that way I could kind of, be a little bit more open to whatever came my way, right? Excuse me. But unfortunately, there was no seats there, so I had to go sit in the back in the patio, which still provided okay. And nothing happened. I mean, I ate my breakfast and I hung out for a few minutes and I did a couple things on Facebook and then I left. But I put myself out there, right? I wanted to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I need to do that more often. I'm sure, and you guys let me know, is that something that you have to work with as well? Are you that type where you're kind of yeah, Ed, that's me. I prefer not to be, and that could be online or offline. You let me know, even if you're watching the replay. But here was the cool thing. Well, it's kind of funny too. I don't even know. So as I'm sitting at my table, across the way, I could hear two people at their table talking about business, right? And so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is awesome. Well, points for them talking about business and wanting to start a business and talking about, wanting to trademark / patent. I mean, they didn't really know the situation, but they were on the right path. And I did want to jump in and like talk with them, but I held back because the topic was more around like, it was more around other things that I wouldn't want my business around. So I just sat back and I appreciated the moment that they were talking about starting a business and wanting to work with each other and build a business. I can appreciate that pretty much on any level, just for that part. Yes, lurkers, but we're taught not to. Yeah, exactly, Mickey. So, like that's the kind of stuff that you want to do. And so afterwards I thought, okay, and breakfast is kind of a simple thing, right? Like it's when you go to dinner by yourself, at least I think, we tend to feel weird about going to dinner by ourselves because you're supposed to be with somebody, right? It doesn't have to be your significant other. You're supposed to be with somebody, not just sitting at a table by yourself, because let's face it, most of the time tables are meant for 2 or more people, unless you're sitting at the bar, which can still be awkward, right? But it's not as bad because it's pretty much open. So that's the kind of stuff that you have to realize. Like let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, what's something that you've had to do, either online or offline, that was uncomfortable, but once you did it, you were like, okay, it's not that bad. Like I'll tell you, for me, it's going live. Being on Facebook Live, it can be uncomfortable, especially at the beginning, especially on days when I don't have guests. I'm like, now I'm getting into my groove, so it's like, okay, cool, like I'm just going to show up, deliver, and we'll do this. But what happens is, Vicki says, I'm very shy at times and need to be familiar. Well, yep, exactly. And that's the thing, you guys, I tell you, I'm a shy guy. I am. But you wouldn't think that, right? Because of doing the show here and because of the way I'm passionate about business and tech and the user experience. So like once we start talking about that stuff, like boom, like, you can't get me to stop. Like we're good. But beforehand, like if you watched any of my Periscope videos, my first live broadcasts, all bad. Like you really have to just do it, watch it, be disgusted with yourself, right? Because we're just going to be like, oh, I can't believe I did that, and then you have to get over it. I've got to get over being uncomfortable. Yes, Erin, and we're going to get you there. We're going to get you there because I know you're going to kill it on live, and that's going to be a great spot for you. You all are. It's just getting there. I get mad butterflies when I go live, even at a closed group. Yeah, Vicki. And let me just read the rest. I have to read to the side because I can't see it on the screen there. I do great, but I don't always believe in myself. We're all right there with you, Vicki. All right there. Approaching potential clients. I like that, Paula. Let me ask you, Paula, is that online, offline, or both? I could only assume that it would be both, but I'm just curious if you're more in your local community doing face-to-face or if you're online. Because here's the thing, you guys. No, they weren't. I went live. I'm getting up to it. Yeah, Erin, you got this. Erin, you got this. And if you want, later, you take a screenshot, a screen recording of that, and play that every morning. Ed says, you got this, Erin. You got this. How many of you guys want a ringtone now of that? Or a text tone? Maybe a text tone, because, well, we can keep it a ringtone, and then that way when the robocalls call, you can hear that every time, and then you won't be mad about the phone calls. You'll be like, oh, okay, cool. I like that. Ed said, I got this. I got this. I know. I'm a nerd. I know. Both in person. Okay, cool. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Let me ask all of you guys. I'm face-to-face. I'm great with face-to-face. And on the phone, it's the Facebook Live that makes me crazy. See, that's interesting, Tammy, because I think you would kill it on Facebook Live. And you can take what you're doing in person and on the phone and just apply it to Facebook Live and you'll be fine. It's just getting more comfortable with looking at a camera and realizing that there's nobody there. It's just the camera, right? Hashtag Ed says you got this. Exactly, Erin. I love it. Encouragement by Ed, so needed. So and Mickey is doing some cool things. I'm super excited. Oh, Mickey, here's a random thing, but maybe if you want, this is totally random and we'll see if it works. But if you want, I can call you on Skype, bring you on for the last 5 minutes of the show. If you want to mention what you're doing, let me know in the comments. And if so, we can make that work. If not, no worries. I know it's totally last minute. You might not be camera ready. You might not be situated with tech and stuff, but just throwing it out there. But here's the thing, you guys. When you go live, it builds your character. It builds your confidence. And it makes you really take it to the next level. And so it's not just about your business. It's about you and growing online. And then it reflects in personal life too, right? Like being able to go there and being able to do that. Perfect. Mickey says yes. So we'll do that, Mickey. I'll let you know when I'm ready. But it's one of those things like when you go live, I'm always camera ready. I love it, Mickey. That's the thing, like when you go live, like that's how you get to know yourself. You get to know your audience. Your audience gets to know you. And being able to really provide value and show up and deliver and then engage with them. Like I said, just by you guys commenting, you're there being able to connect with each other. Not just with me, but with each other. And then you're able to go there and be able to work with each other and branch out from there. I just got off a Zoom call with someone who wanted to go live, a group, and just got help her out. Nice, yes. And that's the thing, you guys, this, you don't have to get like this. The Facebook training that I have available over at edtalktv.com, that shows you how to go from the basics to more advanced. And then you can take it from there, and then I think I'm working on a new course to be able to help you go a little bit further with that journey. So you guys can keep me posted on that part. But give me 1 second. You guys doing okay, or do you have a conference? Okay. Okay, cool, no problem. See, that's what happens when you guys go live, and you just roll with it. So we all need a bit of Mickey confidence. Yeah, Vicki, there you go. So that's where I want you to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring Mickey on because I want her to talk about this. That way we can share what she's doing because it's important and it's going to tie into what we're talking about here. Are you in the bathroom? Oh, so Tammy, no, I didn't have internet at the location I was at, so I had to come to the library, and they have this awesome room that allows you to talk and be here. So I'm here, but they were just setting up over there a conference thing that's going on at 6, I guess, here in this room. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to pack up early or anything. So because I'm traveling, and so the internet went out and I couldn't do it from my phone. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let me go ahead and see if I can bring Mickey on. We're gonna attempt to do this where I'm at. So let's see. I'll get my Skype open, and you guys can hang out for a second there. Yeah, Mickey, we just make it work, and that ties into the title, right? Just to recap real quick. And question mark. Like, I didn't have internet, and what am I going to do about it? I didn't have cell phone reception enough, and what am I going to do about it? Well, Starbucks was first on my list, but thankfully I found that there was a library close by that would provide a better environment, so I first came here, and it worked. So that's why we're here. So let me go ahead and call Mickey. We're going to see if I can get this to work, and go here. Oops. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Ed, can you see me?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Let's see.
I can see you I'm on my phone with it because my laptop is set up for my live.
Okay, see if there's if the camera at the bottom will let you. If not, we can just do audio.
You're looking at my computer now.
I can't actually see you. I can only see.
Oh, can you see me?
No.
Oh.
I know, it's weird.
I see me now. Oh, crap. I see my own face. Your face went away.
Let's see. Oh, let me try that. If not, then we can just do audio.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just put back on to my screen here, and we'll just do audio. Because you guys can hear her, right? Like, let us know in the comments, but I'm sure you can hear her. Mickey, okay, perfect. So yeah, go ahead, Mickey. We'll just keep it on me. That's okay, and we'll have Mickey tune in here. So go ahead and let us know, like, what you're doing, kind of the little backstory to it, and what you're up to.
Yeah. So you can hear me, okay, right?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, because of your show and how you're teaching us, like literally every day when I tune in, I learn something else about how we're supposed to use social media as consultants or business owners, or even just appropriate etiquette engaging in communities like ours on Ed Talk TV that we like, what's the right thing to do? Comment, engage, the hearts, and learning the Facebook formulas. And so most recently, one of the things that you said was it's better, you get better results if people can predict when you're going live. And so that probably seems like a duh, but I was like, oh, okay, because I had gotten myself comfortable doing lives. It's my free content as well that I use to just inform people with info they need about special ed, but also drive, obviously, traffic to my website and to my, through my product line and whatnot. But I would do it just whenever I could, whenever I felt like it, sometimes people would be on, sometimes no one, and they would catch the replay or whatever. And so when you said that, I thought, oh, okay, that makes sense. And so today is my first, yay, it's the premiere of Mondays with Mickey, which will premiere at 5 p.m. And someone pointed out to me in this community, I think we were instant messaging like, oh, so you're following Ed's show? And I thought, well, yes, because he's got good ratings. I'm gonna you know how they do in TV, right? You want to follow a good show. I hadn't thought of it that way, but yes, I'm following Ed's show. And so 5 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time on Mondays, I'll do my show, and it'll be an interview format most of the time. Sometimes it'll be, my talking head with whatever topic about education, special education. But I'm loving that I learned from you the interview format because it broadens it so much.
Yeah.
Than just Mickey's going to give us another free PD kind of thing.
Right.
I'm going to introduce you to some awesome people.
I love it. And you guys, that's why I wanted Mickey to introduce that, because Mickey's been a guest on the show, and it's important to, people are saying yes, and they'll have to tune in. They're excited.
Oh, yay, you guys rock.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you guys, that this is what the show's about. It's about motivating and inspiring you and helping you get to the next level, and being able to show up in, I just messed that up. I'm kind of tired, you guys. To show up, deliver, and engage. And it's important to realize, like, you can do it. You just have to think about it and have it as part of your game plan. Whoops, and sorry, Mickey, I just lost you if you can hear me. Skype decided to quit. Mickey, can you get, it wants to update, that's why. So, I'll see if I can audio you back on. So it's just one of those things that I want you guys to understand, that you really have to you just have to write it out. You have to think about it, understand like what's the next thing, and see if it works for you, right? To see what's going on there, and we're going to see if we can bring Mickey back on real quick. Sorry, Mickey, that it cut you off. I'm just going to call instead of face. If not, it doesn't matter. You guys got what we were talking about. That's funny. Give me a call. You're back. Oh, there we go. We'll accept that one. Okay, Mickey, I got you just on audio. Are you still there? No worries, Mickey. Skype is having issues and it wants to update, so we're not going to update right now. But put the link in the comments so people can actually connect with you after this show. You guys, that's the fun thing, right? Is to be able to just go through and do your market research, right? Like when I first started my podcasting, like I went through and researched other shows. I listened to the other formats and how they were different from each other. When I created this show, I went through and I watched real talk shows on the TV to see what I liked and what I didn't like and what felt good to me, right? So don't think like you have to say to yourself, and don't think that you have to be like, oh, I need to copy Ed. No. You figure out what works for you and take the tools and resources I provide for you and run with them. Like that's what you're supposed to do, right? I'm going to just type in here, because Mickey was on her phone, so maybe she doesn't hear us right now. But go ahead, Mickey, and drop in your comments, or drop in the comments when you come back, and I'll text her on that too. But that's what I want you guys to do, is just be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And here's the thing. I'll throw this out there. If you decide that you want to be a guest on the show, but you aren't quite ready to do video, now I would prefer to do video because it's easier for both of us. But if you would prefer to just do audio, kind of like what we just did there, that's totally fine with me too. Hey, Mickey, no worries, you're fine. So it was Skype. Skype's trying to update, and I didn't want to update right now. So be sure to put your link in the comments for people, because that's okay. And just understand, like, ideally, if you want to be a guest on the show, we want you to be live, because that's the whole point. So people can see you, get to know you, and get to learn from you. But if your next step is audio, we can do that too. Just put that in the notes, when you request to be a guest, like that you would honestly prefer to be audio. I want you to be video, but if you prefer audio, it's okay too. Yeah, Vicki, I think you were the one that I had hit up last week saying, let's get you on the show after your first live. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what we did. Because I was like, we got to get you on the show. We got to talk about this right now, because that's what everyone on the audience here needs to hear and see and feel, right? That's another reason why I want you guys to be live, is because you can connect. You can feel the energy. You can see the passion. You can really just be there and work with the person that is there. Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. These tech glitches are actually great because they show us, that we can rock and roll with the punches. Exactly, Erin. Being comfortable with the uncomfortable. That is the thing. Erica's not on here because I think she's doing a live right now. But Erica was talking about that in a comment on my post today about having no internet. She's like, you're just being tested, Ed, to show that there's going to be more like greatness coming your way. And it's great too, because it shows you guys that it's not just you, right? It happens to all of us, even techies like me. And we just have to work with what we got. Like I have this fancy setup right now with my computer. I have the Ecamm Live. I have my webcam. But I don't need it all. I just need this with a connection. That's it. And a Facebook account, which you already have checked off your list, right? So understand, like, you don't need to make those excuses, right? And, like, go with, ask yourself, or have that excuse and then ask yourself, and why can't I just do it? If it's not feeling confident, I totally get that. Start looking at yourself in the mirror. Just telling yourself, you can do this, that you got this. Start just recording yourself on your phone with your camera. Not even worried about Facebook. Just literally recording and talking to yourself on the phone. Say, Ed, you got this. This is great. We're going live. Awesome. Cool. Done. And then watch it so that you can kind of get more comfortable with just being you and a device. Because that's just what it is, right? So understand that part. I'm just looking at the comments. I used to perform with magicians. The test of a true professional is how they handle mistakes, whether it's their fault or not. Ooh! Erin, go ahead. Brush off those shoulders. That was fire. Fire. I gotta throw up a fire emoji right there. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but it's getting a little hot in here. That is good, Erin. I love that. So you do it in your PJs. It's okay. Pillow. Yep. Yes. Pillow talk with Vicki. There you go, Tammy. There you go. Yeah. One of my good friends, Jerisha Hawk. If you guys aren't following her, she's awesome. She's got some amazing, amazing content. And she'll do that with her Instagram stories. She'll have some that I think it's like Pillow Talk. I can't remember, but it's something like that, where you just get those raw moments, and it's just talking and just explaining business and life and all of that. How to copy the link to the live. Oh, but here is a link to my page. Yeah. So here's a fun tip before I let you guys go. Are you ready for this extra bonus tip? So Mickey, it ties into Mickey's thing. So Mickey's trying to share. So Mickey is going live on her Facebook page, business page. She's trying to share the link so that you guys can get to it from here, right? Here's the trick. And it sometimes doesn't always work, but here's the trick. On your phone, you have to go to your page, you have to go to that post, and you have to hit share. Then, most of the time, on your phone, it doesn't work on the computer, but on your phone, most of the time it will give you an option that says copy link. Then you hit that, then go to where you need to be, and then paste that link. It only works on the phone though. It's so convenient that I wish Facebook would do that on the computer. But the computer, it will not let you do it, which I'm guessing, excuse me, Mickey, that you're on the computer trying to do that because you mentioned that it was all set up and ready to go. But yeah, it's frustrating because on the computer, Facebook only lets you share it to your personal profile, another page, a group, or an event, but it doesn't actually let you just share the link, which drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Does it drive you guys nuts? Let me know, even if you're watching the replay. It's so random when it lets me copy or not. Right, Mindy? It's the craziest thing, which is why I always go straight to mobile first, because most of the time I can get it to work. But it's one of those things like it's hit or miss, but always try mobile first. See, you guys get some free content left and right with all these tips. That's the kind of stuff, though, that I do share in the new Check with Ed monthly group. We dive a little deeper, and I share more resources and things like that over there. So just FYI for those who have looked at it or are thinking about it, that's the kind of stuff that we go over when it comes to Facebook and WordPress especially. So anyway, that's what I want you guys to do, is be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Start questioning yourself. Like when you have an excuse, say to yourself, and what am I going to do about it? Because I can do something about it. Almost all the time you can do something about it. You know, like I said, I didn't have internet at home. I didn't have cell phone reception to do a live. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find the nearest Starbucks, but in this case, there was a library, and I'm going to go find the internet, right? Like, it's uncomfortable because it's not my current location, and it's weird being outside, you know, and doing this. Thankfully, there's nobody else here, so that made it a little bit more comfortable for me. Because if other people were around here, I guarantee you I probably wouldn't be as pumped up as I am right now, just because my inner self is like, okay, so we're going to do this, and this is the show, you know? So like that, it just depends on your area. And if all you have, you guys, is a busy Starbucks in a few minutes, that works too. Like, just practice, just get it out there. I'm just looking. We love that you share your knowledge with us. Yeah, Vicki, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thanks again, Ed. Posted link to live. Cool, Mickey. I didn't see the link come through, but cool. And if not, I will try to, when I pop off of here, go in and try to share it in the links too. Okay, yeah, you always got to have a plan B, right? So I'm going to let you guys go so you can run over and see Mickey's new premiere, and I will check in with you guys in the comments until tomorrow, which fingers crossed, we'll have everything ready to go. We will see you tomorrow, and have a great night. Take care. This episode is sponsored by Stupid Easy. Easily create, share, and sell your online courses. Discover more at stupideasy.com.